Everyone to session 13 of our module reconnaissance or information gathering. The main focus of this session is DNS lookup, DNS zone transfer, forward and reverse DNS lookup, DNS recon and DNS enum. The last two are the tools which we can use for performing or for checking out or gathering information about the whole DNS. Let's first understand what DNS is, then we'll be understanding what DNS lookup is. A DNS or so-called domain name system is one of the most critical system on the internet and is a distributed database responsible for translating user-friendly domain names into their respective IP addresses, which means this system, that is the DNS, is responsible for converting your domain name into IP address and IP address into domain name and vice versa. Though this is facilitated by a hierarchical structure that is divided into several zones, starting with the top level root zone. And furthermore, the process starts when a host name is entered into a browser or other applications. The browser passes the host name to the operating system's DNS client, and the operating system then forwards the request to the external DNS server it is configured to use. The first server is in the chain is known as DNS recursor and is responsible for interacting with the DNS infrastructure and returning the result of the DNS client. The DNS recursor contacts one of the server in the DNS root zone. The root server then responds with the address of the server responsible for the root zone containing the top level domain or TDL, in this case the .com TLD. Once the DNS recursor receives the address of the TLD DNS server, it queries it for the address of the authoritative name server for the domain name, in our case .com domain, which we will provide in the further examples. The authoritative name server is the final step in the DNS lookup process and contains the DNS records in the local database known as the zone file. It typically hosts two zones for each domain. The forward lookup zone that is used to find the IP address of a specific hostname, and the reverse lookup zone which is used to find the hostname of a specific IP address. Once the DNS recursor provides the DNS client with the IP address for the domain which will provide, the browser can contact the correct web server at its IP address and further load the whole web page. Now let us understand with the example of a small video how our DNS actually works, which will help you in understanding in a better way the functionality of TLDs and other zone and root zone servers with the help of this video. Now, since we understand how our DNS actually works, we can understand or we can come to the next section, that is interacting with a DNS server. Before interacting with DNS server, let us understand certain records which are present in every DNS server. Each domain you can use different types of DNS record. Some of the most common types of DNS records are NS, that is name server records, contain the name of the authoritative server holding the DNS records for the domain. A, also known as the host record. The A record contains the IP address of the host name, example, the website you are going to visit, in our case such as megacorp1.com. MX, mail exchange records, contains the name of the servers responsible for handling emails for the domain. A domain can contain multiple MX records. PTR, or also known as pointer records, are used in reverse lookup zones and are used to find the records associated with an IP address. CNAME, aka canonical name records, are used to create alias for other host records. TXT, text records, can contain any arbitrary data and can be used for various purposes such as domain ownership verification. Due to the wealth of information contained within the DNS, it is often a lucrative target for active information gathering. First, we can use a utility command, that is the host command, in our Kali Linux just to perform the interaction with the DNS server. So let's fire up our terminal inside the Kali Linux and let's become the root user with the command sudo space su, enter the password, and let's increase the font size. Now with the help of host command, let's say our target is megacorp1.com, so I can directly go with host space www.megacorp1.com. So it's gonna give me the IP address of megacorp1, or even if I'm going to go for any other domain, let's say www.oyorooms.com, it's gonna give me the IP address of Oyo rooms which are associated with the browser itself, so that which are browseable. Now I want to grab the records, that is the mail exchange records or the mail server records, so I can directly go with host space hyphen t, as in the transaction of mx of the domain megacorp1.com, which means I need to enter the domain over here, not a subdomain, not a website, a domain name. Hit enter, it's going to give you all the four domains, that is megacorp1.com is handled by spool.mail.gandy.net, mail2.megacorp1.com, mail.megacorp1.com, fb.mail.gandy.net. Same way I can go for the txt records of it. Let's say host simple transaction of txt of megacorp1.com, it's gonna give me the text descriptive information whatever stored over here. So same thing I can go do with the oyorooms.com as our domain name. So let's go for oyorooms.com, hit enter, and it says there are 7 mail exchange records over here, and same thing I can do with the txt, that is text descriptive inform. It says it refused to give the information of the text descripting. Now furthermore, while talking about the records, we can automate all of the lookups. How we can automate all of the lookups? We can just check out the IP address of each and every domain. Let's say if I am having of megacorp1 this specific mail server, if I am receiving, I can just directly go with host space, let's give this whole subdomain, and I will be having the IP address. Same way, if I want to go with another one, I can directly go with mail2.megacorp1.com, and it will give me the IP address of those mail server. Now I can just try it one by one, or even the name servers. Let's talk about those name server records over here. Let's go for host space hyphen t ns megacop1.com, hit enter. I am getting three name servers over here, that is ns1.megacop1.com, ns2.megacop1.com, ns3.megacop1. If I'm gonna go for host space ns1.megacop1.com, it's gonna give me the IP address for ns1.megacop1.com. Same thing I can do for ns2.megacop1.com. Same I can do for ns3.megacop1.com. In other case, if I want to go for host space -t ns for oyorooms.com, I will be having all these information over here. So let's go for again taking out the information. Let's say host space a1-137.akam.net. So I will be having the IP address. Same way I can just go ahead and keep on asking the IP address of different name servers. So that's something we call forward lookup. In forward lookup, I can directly go with different informations and I can grab the information. So same way I can generate a list. Let's say nano list.txt, and I can generate a list. Let's say www I can make, I can go for FTP, I can go for mail, I can go for OWA, I can go for proxy, I can go for router, I can go for any other, let's say SSH, I can go for mail to, I can go for different information just like telnet, I can go for graphics. So these are certain lists which I am using here for automating my whole lookup. First of all, I will be going for forward brute force lookup, which means I will be sending a name to the host and checking whether I will be having the IP address or not. So in this case, what I can do is I can go for IP in $cat the whole list.txt file. After that I can proceed with the do, and what I actually need to do is I need to go for host $ip.megacop1.com. So it means it's going to pick up each and every word from the list and put it or prepend it with .megacop1.com, and it will be checking the IP address. So that's how I will be able to get what IP address exists or what are the forward lookups which I can actually go for. Check out. It says www.megacop1.com has an address, mail.megacop1.com has an address, host doesn't have, then router has an, that's a subdomain, mail to, that's again a subdomain. So that's how we can go for forward lookup. Then we can actually go for another things as in, let's say second one is reverse lookup brute force. In reverse lookup brute force, what I can do is, see, since we know the IP address has a specific range, let's say 51.222.169. So I'll be just taking a certain IP address range and I'll be providing with it. So here, instead of going for a domain name, I will be looking up for the IP address with the host command itself. For performing, let's get reverse lookup brute force. Let's go for reverse lookup brute force. So I will be saying for IP in $sequence from the above information. I can just assume 214, 212. So let's take it from 200 to 245 or 250. 200 to 250. So it will keep on increasing one by one. I am saying do host of a specific IP address, and that specific IP address could be this, that is 51.222.169. Since all other three came from the same range, I'll be using this thing dot $IP which is this number from here, from the sequence from 200 to 250. And let's go with the done. And let's wait for our response to show up. So it's in instead of on, so that's my bad. So let's wait, what information are we going to get? So check out, so you will be getting certain information, let's say admin.megacorp1.com, beta.megacorp1.com, fs1.megacorp1.com, intranet.megacorp1.com. Same way I am getting almost all of the subdomains of megacorp1.com on the specific, and again I am getting certain other domains as well. Same thing I can do with our another host, that is your Oyo or any other domain, let's say Cars24 or Zomato or Swiggy or any other domain. You can just grab the information and we can pursue it, and we can forward the information either, or we can process the information via forward lookup or even reverse lookup. So that's how we can interact with all of these services, and we can automate all of our lookups of the in with respect to our domain servers. So moving further, we have got certain thing named as DNS Zone Transfer. When we talk about DNS Zone Transfer, a zone transfer is basically a database replication between related DNS, that is domain name server, in which the zone files is copied from a master DNS server to a slave DNS server. The zone file consists a list of all the DNS names configured from that zone. Zone transfers should only be allowed to authorized slave DNS servers, but many administrators misconfigure their DNS servers, and in these cases, anyone asking for a copy of DNS server zone will usually receive one. This is equivalent to handling a hacker the corporate network layout on a silver platter. All the names, addresses, and functionality of the servers can be exposed to prying eyes. A successful DNS zone transfer does not directly result in a network breach, although it does facilitate the process. So we can check out the whole DNS zone transfer with our same utility tool, that is the host command. So we have got all the three name servers. Let's list again: host space hyphen t ns space megacorp1.com. So we have got these three servers, name servers over here, and we need to check among them is there any which can go for a DNS zone transfer. So basic syntax for performing this thing is host space hyphen l, then we need to give a domain name and then their name servers. So one by one we need to give the name server, and we can check whether it's working inside a specific name server or not. So let's go for host space hyphen l. Let's go for megacorp1.com to ns1.megacorp1.com and hit the enter key. It says do not found, that is the transfer failed. So let's go for ns3.megacorp1.com, and again it says not found. Let's go for the second one, that is ns2.megacorp1.com, and we will be able to see that all the alias are quite present over here. So same way we can just go ahead and perform this whole zone transfer according to our domains. Again, what we can do is we can just find out, or we can automate this whole zone transfer process with the help of a very small but a beautiful script. So let's give it a name of the script, nano zt, that is zone hyphen transfer.sh, and I can give create a small script via which I can just perform a zone transfer. Let's go for pound, go for bin bash. I can check out if that is hyphen z inside double inverted comma $1, which means I'm checking out for the parameter, it's not present over there. Then I need to perform certain task. What kind of certain task? Let's go for echo, and I can give inside echo the simple thing, that is I can give it asterisk or any other symbol of your choice. Simple zone transfer script, which we are going. Again, I can go for echo and I can provide it with simple certain solution, and I can give it over here, that is usage, and I can tell him the usage for this script, that is $0, that is for the very first variable or name of the file, domain name. So that's how we can perform the whole usage, and I can go for exit space 0 and close the fi, that is if loop. Now if arguments are given, identify the DNS server for the domain. So I can go for server in dollar. Now let's find out the servers over here. Host space -t space ns and give $1, that is the name servers inside it, and cut down to a delimiter on the basis of space, and I need to choose the -f fourth functionality or the fourth value from it. Then we need to perform certain tasks over here, that is for each of these servers. Let's try to attempt for a zone transfer. Let's go for host space -l, host space -l $1, which means the domain name, and I can go for second thing is the server, that is from here we will be getting the whole server variable, and among it I can just check out grep has address. From the previous experiment we just find out, and let's go for the done command. So that's a very small and the simple script with in the functionality of the Linux, and let's try to find out. Let's change the permission chmod +x of our script, that is zone transfer.sh. Now we can execute /zone transfer.sh. If I am going to enter it without any arguments, it's gonna say you need to give a simple usage, that is /zone transfer.sh and a domain name. Let's try to give certain domain name over here. Let's say megacorp1.com and hit enter. So it will try to find out, and it has given me the whole zone transfer thing. Same way, in other words, if I want to try for some other domain, let's go for oyorooms.com and let's see whether does it has a zone transfer or not. If yes, then I will be able to see all the records quite present over here. So let's wait for a couple of more seconds and we can go for, okay, that's fine. It hasn't given me any result, which means Oyo Room doesn't support zone transfer. It can be done with the help of certain tools which are quite pre-installed inside our Kali Linux. So name of our next tool which we are going to perform is DNS Recon and DNS Enum. So first let's start with DNS Recon. It is an advanced modern DNS enumeration script written in Python, running DNS against megacorp1.com using the -d option to specify a domain name, and -t is specifically the type of enumeration to perform in case there is a zone transfer. So we'll be using our DNS Recon for performing the whole of the step again. So let's type here DNS Recon space -d and let's run it against megacorp1.com and hit -t at certain enumeration and transformation we need to go for. But before performing this thing, let me assure you with the help of -h like what are the parameters which we can pass it down for performing the information. Now Hyphen T says type, that is types of enumeration to perform, and hyphen D is specifically used for determining on the domain which we are transferring or which we are performing. Now in hyphen D, I will go for AXFR, that is test all name servers for zone transfer. Let's go for DNS Recon space hyphen D over megacorp1.com space hyphen T. I will be using AXFR as far as the domain zone transfer is considered. Hit enter and let's wait for performing the whole transfer, and let's check out. For ns1.megacorp ns1.megacorp1.com, it has failed. For ns3.megacorp1, it has failed, but for ns2.megacorp1, it says zone transfer was successful. On the same hand, remember we created a list.txt file. We can also use to enumerate certain brute force to perform a brute force over megacorp1.com. Let's go for DNS Recon hyphen D over megacorp1.com, and with hyphen capital D, I will be specifying that there is this file list.txt, and hyphen T, I will be performing BRT. BRT means brute force, as specified here. Brute force domain and host using a given dictionary or a specific file. So I won't be going for rocky.txt because it is 127 bytes and contains almost 1.5 crore words in it. But rather I will be going for a very small specific dictionary having 7 to 8 words, just for showing you the demonstration of it. Now where hyphen D is considered, there we need to provide the dictionary or the directory in which our dictionary is present with the dictionary name. Hit enter and let's see. It says using the dictionary, this one provided by the tool, brute performing hostname and subdomain brute force against megacorp1.com, and let's check out. So sometimes giving an dictionary name doesn't work. So here it has taken by default this dictionary. So I need to provide it with an absolute path of the dictionary. So let me try it again, providing with the absolute path. So let's check out. The absolute path is /root. So I will be providing it /root/list.txt. And let's try to hit it again. So yes, this time it has taken this root list.txt file, and again I am getting www.megacorp1.com having an IP address this. Then I am having mail2.megacorp1.com having this IP address, mail.megacorp1.com having this IP address, and router.megacorp1.com having this IP address. Let's go for dictionary again. So it says www is present, FTP is not present, mail is present, OY is not present, proxy is not present, router is present, SSH is present, mail2 is present, telnet is not present, graphics is not present. So that's one another way for enumerating the whole subdomains of a domain. Now apart from it, when the things are pretty much concerned, there is this another tool named as DNS Enum. DNS Enum is another popular domain name server or system enumeration tool. To show a different output, I'll be using certain different domain here, which is zonetransfer.me, which is owned by DigiNinja. So let's run DNS Enum space with hyphen D, or I can directly provide it megacorp1.com, and let's hit enter and let's wait for it to present the result. It says host name nil, name servers this, mail servers are these with different IP address also, and certain the zone transfer which is done, and the whole information is quite present here. So it says trying zone transfer on megacorp1.com on ns1.megacorp1.com, where I know it will fail because on ns3 it failed, on ns2 I got the result. Now apart from it, it's using brute forcing with user share DNS enum dns.txt. dns.txt. So I know what will be the results over there. So it's dns.txt is a very long dictionary. So rather than, I'll be using another domain just for showing you the result out of it. So let's say I can go for zonetransfer.me and hit the enter key. Let's check out. It says host name is zonetransfer.me, and again certain, wow, here's big information. There are two name servers. There are these mail servers, zone transfer and getting bind versions of information. It's here. It says trying zone transfer on this thing, it got successful. Now it's again brute forcing, so I don't need to perform a brute force. So for the time being I can skip this part of brute forcing the whole subdomain part. So that's how we can go for DNS enumeration and DNS gathering, information gathering or interacting with the DNS. I hope I made myself pretty much clear. Thank you for being a good audience. See you in the next session. Bye bye.